Hi everyone. So we'll get going in about maybe 15 seconds or so. Just some things that you'll need. So if you can get the handle of a brush, or you can get a dowel or a training pole, something to use just in the session. Also, if you have any kind of weight, so if you've got dumbbells or kettlebells, I just have a 15 kilo kettlebell, so something like that we might be able to use as well. Other than that, just a bottle of water. So the main things that we're going to be looking at today is we're going to kind of go through just a bit of a body weight strength session, and then we're going to go back over some of the change direction mechanics that we did on Monday. Okay, so if we want, we can get started and we get warmed up first. So just lying flat on our back, we'll have one leg straight, just hamstring swing. So again, keep your hips on the ground. As you swing your straight leg up, you're pulling your toe towards your chest, and you'll feel a slight strain in the back of your hamstring. And we'll just do 8 on your right, 8 on your left. Okay, once you've finished one leg, just over to the other, 8 on the right, 8 on the left. Good, okay. Once you've done 8 on each leg, we'll just go into a hip flexor stretch. So I'll just show you this in detail. So you'll start in the lunge position. So your leg out to the front is going to be at 90 degrees. Your leg at the back is going to be straight. What you'll do is you'll tense your glute as hard as you can. From there, push your hip forward a small bit. Take your hands up over your head, pull your stomach back, and then tip over to the knee. You'll hold for 3 seconds, let off and relax. And we'll do it 6 times each side. Okay, so from the front, tense my glutes, push my hip forward, pull my hands back, tip, hold for 3, let off, relax, and then repeat 6 times. Okay, other side then. Now you don't want the front knee to go anywhere, it stays at 90 degrees. Good, okay. Take your leg out to the side. Just going to stretch your adductor. So what you'll do is you'll sit back onto your heel, tip your chest over, hold again for 3 seconds, up and relax, and we'll repeat 6 times. Sit back, tip forward, up, and 6 times all together. Tip forward, up. That's 5. Last one, 6. Okay, swap to the other side. Leg out to the side. Sit, tip. Again, this you'll feel it inside in your adductor. Sit back, tip forward, back up tall. Sit back, tip forward, back up tall. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Last one just for some glute activation. So single leg hip bridges. So your back and flat on the ground. Lift your hip up, down slow for 3, up, down slow for 3. Just 6 each side. Push through the heel. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, swap other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I already asked you to go get a dowel or get a training pole or get the handle of a brush or just take the brush altogether. We're just going to do a little bit on overhead squats. So I would have went through like a squat pattern on Monday. All we're going to do is we're going to stretch out as wide as we can with the dowel, put it up over our head. Might come back a small bit. Up over our head, take our feet out, shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend my knees, move my hips back. As I just stand downwards, I'm going to try and pull the dowel apart. Okay? We'll go from the side so you might see a bit better. Knees bent, push my hips back, pull the dowel apart, sit down, and we'll try and do 8 reps all together. Try and keep your chest up, your heels on the ground. Good, okay, we'll take about 15 seconds to do another set. Okay. So one more again. Dowel stretched overhead. Feet shoulder apart, toes slightly turned out. Knees bent, hips back. We'll squat down. Just 8 all together. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So we'll kind of work on that position over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll start to introduce a bit of Olympic weightlifting into the sessions, just to introduce you things like snatching and clean and jerking, just from a technical perspective. So just going to go through the session. So we'll do 2 exercises paired off with each other, and we'll do kind of 3 pairings all together. First one is going to be a counterweight squat or a bodyweight squat. If you have load, we'll try and introduce it, and then we'll do a push-up as well. Okay, and we'll have some progressions and regressions for the push-up. So to set up for the squat, pop this up a bit. So to set up for the squat, your feet are going to be shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out, knees bent, hips back, hands out in front, and we'll try and go through a full range. We'll do 12 reps. Second we finish 12 reps, we're down into our push-up position. Now with our push-ups, I want you to make sure that your hand is directly underneath your shoulder. You're in a big, tall, long position, and your elbows go back and down, chest to floor, back up. And what we'll aim for is between 12 and 15 reps, okay? We'll do a set, we'll rest a small bit, maybe 30 to 45 seconds, and then we'll do 3 sets all together, okay? So if we're ready, we can all go together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 12 bodyweight squats. Just focus on your position, your chest is upright. It's 5 for me. Have your hands out in front, they'll offer a bit of a counterweight. And 12, okay? Once you've done that, you're straight into your push-ups. So nice, slow and control, down to the floor, back up. Can you get between 12 and 15? Good, okay? So we'll rest about 30 to 45 seconds. We'll do 2 more sets. And anyone who has any kind of small load, we can introduce it into the squat. So what we'll do is, if you have a goblet squat or you have a dumbbell, we're going to hold it. So if you have a goblet, you'll invert it. You'll have it in contact with your chest. So make sure it doesn't come away from your body, it stays in contact. From there, feet shoulder apart, knees bent, hips back. As you squat downwards, you want your elbows to go in between your knees as you squat, and then back up, okay? Start off quite easy, so don't go anything too heavy first. But if you're finding a bodyweight squat quite easy, just add a small bit of load to it, okay? We'll go again. I'll grab my load. Second set. 3, 2, 1, go. Good stuff. Good, okay, that's 12 for me. Straight away back into your push-ups. See, can we get, same again, 12 to 15 reps. Good, okay. 45 seconds rest again, and we'll do a third and final set before we move on. So if you want, grab a quick drink, take a quick breather. I'll have the clock running here. In about 30 seconds or so, we'll come back in, we'll do third and final set. Again, if you can use a bit of load for your squat, just make sure you're in a good position, your torso is upright, your weight, as you descend downwards, is staying in between the middle of your legs, and then back up. Okay, so another 20 seconds, and we'll do a third and final set of the pairing of the squat and the push-up. So 10 seconds. Okay, for the go. Take your weight, if you have it, in contact with your chest, feet shoulder apart, toes turned out. See, can we get 12 reps? Nice and slow and controlled. Shouldn't be losing any stability. Good. Okay, down to my push-up. And rest, okay? We'll take a little bit longer this time. We'll take about a minute. Grab a quick drink, come back, and I'll go through the next two exercises that we'll pair off with each other. So just have a drink with you. Okay, so next two exercises we're going to put together is going to be a single leg RDL. Both of these won't be loaded, so we'll have no weight for them. And then a split squat. So a lot of you would have done a single leg RDL before. Key is that we're not going too fast. We're trying to maintain as much stability around our knee as possible. So you'll start balancing on one leg. What you want is your leg that's off the ground to go backwards. You're trying to get a straight line from your leg up to your torso and back down again, and maintain your stability. So what we'll do is we'll do 8 on the right, swap over then, 8 on our left. Once we've done 8, we'll get into a split squat position. So what I'm looking for here is my legs are apart. Now you'll watch my torso as I descend downwards. I've got 90 degrees in my front leg, a straight line in my back, okay? So there's no forward movement as I lunge. It's straight down, straight up, okay? And again, what we'll do is 8 on each leg. All right, so if you're ready, we'll kick off. Straight away into our single leg RDLs, 8 on my right, 8 on my left. Now, nicely controlled. You'll notice that I'm not going to be jumping around too much. I'm not going to be swaying too much. I'm just focusing on keeping my balance. And I'll feel a slight strain on my hamstring. That's 4, 5. If you want, you can have your hands out. Give you a little bit extra balance. If not, you can tuck them in. Okay, that's 8. I'll swap over. Try and keep your leg from touching the ground. Oh, I'm gone there. Once you've done your 8, you're into your split lunge or split squat. Straight down, straight up. So I'm looking for 90 degrees in the front leg, straight in the back. Nice and controlled, no jumping. That's the other leg. And 8. Okay, good. Same again, about 45 seconds rest, and we'll do 2 more sets of it. So both exercises are not loaded this week. We progressively add load to exercises as we go along. But this week we'll just focus on maintaining kind of good positions and good movements. Make sure you're taking a bit of a drink on as well. Okay, so we can go second set. Same again, 8 each leg, single leg RDL. Good, last one. All right, swap over. Try and maintain that stability. Good, okay, split squat. Try not to have any forward move in that knee. And swap over, other side. Same again. Straight lines at 90 degrees. So straight lines, the back leg 90 degrees, the front. And good, okay. 1 set left. About 15 minutes in. So we've 1 set left, and then 1 more set of 2 exercises paired off with each other. And the last bit then is just looking back at our change of direction that we looked at on Monday, okay? So another 30 seconds to do 1 more set. Single leg RDL, split squat, okay? Make sure you're taking a drink. Okay. Third and final set, single leg RDL, 8 in your right, 8 in your left, same in your split squats. If you're ready, you can go. Make sure you maintain balance. That's it. Okay, I'll go from the side. Try and get that back leg relatively straight in line with my shoulder. Key is to keep your balance into your split squat. Good, okay, swap over. And 8. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so grab a quick drink. Last set of 2 together. So we're going to do a plank and we're going to just do a back extension. So obviously, we'd all be familiar with a plank. Let's go back here a bit so you can see me. Palms will be facing on the ground. So it'll be flat, so you won't be up like this. We're getting into our high plank position. We'll be holding for 30 seconds. Once you finish, we drop straight down to our stomach and we're hinging at our lower back. And we're just doing our back extension. So we get a little bit of our feet coming off the ground and our upper back. And we're doing 12 reps like that. And we'll just do 2 sets. Okay? So we'll go again in about 30 seconds. If you need, grab a drink quick. And we'll go straight into it. Okay, we're good to go. We'll all start in a high plank. I'll keep an eye on the time. If you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and we're going. High plank, hold the position tight. So you want to have a straight line all the way back down to your heels. 30 seconds altogether. That's it. We're 20 seconds in. 10 more. 5 seconds. Keep a straight line position. And down, straight into 12 back extensions. Just a small hinge at your lower back. Hands are going to be in a W position. And 12. Okay. Okay, so we'll wait 30 seconds. We'll do one more cycle of that. Give us about 10 minutes left just to work on our change direction. Okay? So 30 seconds, about 25 left. One last set of that. Just make sure straight flat position with your plank. Stomach is tight. Hands are flat on the ground. And there's no too much movement of your hips up and down. Okay? So we go again in about 10 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. You get yourself set up and ready. Hands flat on the ground. Tall plank position. I'll go to the side. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're going 30 seconds. Okay? Just make sure there's no movement, swaying left and right. Your hips aren't dropping or raising up. You're braced at your stomach. That's 10 seconds. 20 seconds now. 10 left. That's it. Keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Down to the floor. We've got our back extensions. 12 reps. Small movement at the back, so nothing big or fast. And 12. Okay, good job. All right, so we're bang on. 20 minutes done. Good to see all of you stay going. Next bit we look at is going to be my change direction. So I'm going to go back over a lot of the key things that we looked at on Monday and then add to the small bit, okay? So first one we looked at was my athletic position, the position I want to be in when I'm ready to change direction, okay? So we already established that athletic position as being hinged at my hip, weight on my toes, hips are high, knees are bent, okay? This is the position I don't want to be when I'm changing direction. And we talked about it already. Your hips and your torso will sway too much. And we want to avoid that. We want to avoid the amount of sway in our torso, okay? Especially when I'm stepping and cutting back inwards. I want to be low, step, and go, okay? So our drill was, we started up tall, we dropped into our athletic position, okay? Up tall, dropped into athletic position. Now, might not see my feet that well. My weight when I land is onto my toes, my hips are high, and I've disappeared my chest. And I've landed as quickly as I can into the ground. And I stick that landing, okay? So we're going to do 6 landings, nice and sharp to the ground. If you're ready, we can go. Come back up tall on your toes, drop and stick, up tall, drop and stick, 3, 4, 5, okay? So you have an idea now, as I decelerate, if you imagine my kettlebell here is my defender, and you can think about this when you're on the pitch, as I decelerate to my defender, I want to get into that position. I'm lower, I'm in a better position to change direction from, and I'm going to be stronger in that position as well, okay? What I don't want to do is I don't want to approach, bring it here for you. I don't want to approach my defender and be like this, upright, and try and change direction like that. I want to be here and change direction, okay? So my second drill then was, just onto a single leg, okay? So I start up tall, I'm going to drop into the same position, except I'm going to be on a single leg, because as all of you know, all of our cutting drills focus on one leg, okay? So I'm up tall, I drop onto that one leg, same hinge position, same weight, okay? So we'll do 4 on your right, 4 on your left, you can go with me, up tall, drop and stick, up tall, drop and stick, that's 2, up tall, 3, up tall, 4, okay? So I'm getting into this hinge position, doesn't really matter what this other knee does. Other leg then, drop and stick, up tall, drop and stick, up tall, drop and stick, last one, drop and stick, okay? So I'm focusing on my hinge, focusing on my weight towards my forward, my foot, okay? Next one then is going to be our lateral push offs. So I had 2 things down last week, so I'll use my bottle of water today. I'll use my kettlebell. They'll be my 2 points that I want to move between, okay? So when we're focusing on changing direction, I need a good amount of lateral push off or push off in a certain direction. So I need to get used to driving into the ground as I change direction. So all we're going to focus on, hands up in our athletic position, and I'm going to push through my outside leg and stop, okay? And I maintain that position. So it's not just a nice casual step. It's just applying as much force as I can. Drive in, stop. Drive in, stop. Okay? So we'll work our way over to our marker over here, so my kettlebell, and then work your way back to your bottle of water. Okay? If you're ready to go, you can go with me. And then work your way back then. Good. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Stay low. Focus on, don't lift your foot, just push it into the ground, okay? Hips hinged, focus on pushing into the ground. Same on the way back. Good, okay. We'll move on from there. The next one we looked at was a rebound push off on either side. It's a rebound lateral push. That's where I jumped into it and I pushed back and I landed, okay? So what that looked like was, I was in my hinged over position, I was jumping out, pushing off and landing, okay? So by me jumping off, I can kind of generate a little bit more energy and I can push back that land position. So I'll demo it first across, push, stick, and it's an aggressive push, stick, I'm jumping over, push, stick. Okay, so if you're ready, we'll work our way over and then work our way back. So you can have these a couple of feet apart, just so you might get maybe 3 to 4 contacts across. So I'll set up, jump, push, jump, push, jump, push, jump, push, and then I'll make my way back. Opposite foot, jump, push, jump, push. Last one, jump, push. Good. Okay. Take a quick drink. We've only got maybe 5 minutes left. What we'll look at is foot position again. So I spoke a good bit on this on Monday about where your foot should be when you're changing direction. So hopefully you can remember that. When I come up to a cut, so when I say cut, I mean a change of direction. So it's either a shallow cut or deep cut. It's cutting off my back foot. Okay, whatever direction I might be moving in. They're called my change direction cuts or my change direction steps. When I approach my defender, so this one's my defender, I want to make sure that I position myself in the direction I want to go in. A big issue is, as well as your torso being upright, which you want to avoid, you want to be here, a lot of people will step with their foot out like this and then try and go that way. Again, something we really need to avoid, being in this position and changing direction, especially when we talk about ACL ruptures and things. So all we're going to focus on this drill is we're going to walk in. Once we get to any points, we're going to drop. We're going to push with the outside foot and go in a different direction. Okay, just go off anywhere off to your right, anywhere off to your left. Okay, so I'll do it again. I'll walk, drop, push. Get used to myself getting into that athletic position. So I'm dropping, pushing, and going the direction I want to go. So we'll do 4 going to my right, 4 going to my left. So if you're ready, down, push. Stay low, keep your chest tipped over. So you shouldn't be able to see what's on your chest as you get to drop, down, and push. Don't mind what your arms do yet. So 1 more for me. Drop, down, and push. Okay, I'll do 4 off to my right side. So down, push off. Push off. So get my chest length over, push off. Okay, last bit we'll look at today, just to kind of bring that on a small bit, is pushing through that leg and kind of putting a lot of energy into it. So all we're going to do is we're going to go back to this position where we land, but the second we land, we're going to push off 1 foot and just go laterally to the side. Okay, so I'll start up tall, I'll drop, push over, stop. Start up tall, drop, push over, stop. Okay, so it's an aggressive punch into the ground, and when I stop and land, I'm landing in that same athletic position. So it's the last thing we'll do today. We'll do 5 plants off my right, 5 plants off my left. So you can go with me. Starting up tall, you're going to drop and push off and stick. Up tall again, drop and push off. Up tall, drop, push off. Up tall, drop, push off. As you're dropping, you're planting and changing direction. Up tall, drop, push off. Up tall, drop, push off. Okay? 1 more either side. Up tall, drop, push off. Now make sure when you're dropping to here. You're not dropping to here. Last one, up tall, drop, push off. Okay, brilliant. So we're bang on, nearly 30 minutes. It's great to see everyone who tuned in, stayed on. Tough session. I know I found it tough, especially a bit at the start. So just to recap, and it's really important that these are things that you kind of consciously keep going over and over and over again as you change direction. Okay, so focus on your athletic position to start. Is this a good position to change direction in? What I said before is we want to avoid being upright torsos, and we're going to avoid it when we planting outside and our foot turning. Okay, I want to have my torso tipped over, and I want to point direction I want to go in. Okay, one that will do is we'll get you in a better position, a faster position, a more efficient position, but also a safer position for your knees, which is massively important if you're playing any kind of field-based sport or any kind of sport that requires change direction. All right, guys, thanks a million. Hope to see everyone again on Friday. Thank you very much.